have to perform. So what? That's what it's about. Performing those duties. Trotting on. That's the rebellious lock. Anyway. There is this reason that I can't explain. All these seven seasons, all my work won't be in vain. I do it again and again. Say what? Do it again and again. Got no time to hesitate. Cause I don't wanna be late. Say what? Rocky, but me not go rest. Try these crosses. Sometimes I feel so weak inside. Burden so heavy, but I still have to try to provide for my family and perform my duties. Perform my duties. Perform my duties. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Yo. Hey, mom. That's Luciano. Luciano. And he was the reggae artist, the second reggae artist, anyway, whose tongue I began to hear. Of course, at that point, I knew how to. They had websites and stuff with the words to what they were saying, and it's like, oh, that's what they saying. Let's play some more. Yeah, and that was all happening for me as I transversed in my process of growth and change. And, now it's my time. Season to season. Here we go. First things first. Yo, listen to this.
All of us catch hell from the same enemy. We're all in the same bag, in the same boat. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. All of them from the same enemy. The government has failed us. You can't deny that. Anytime you live in the 20th century, 1964, and you walking around here singing, "We shall overcome," the government has failed. And the white liberals, who have been posing as our friends, have failed us. And once we see that all these other sources to which we've turned have failed, we stop turning to them and turn to ourselves.
Do what?
We need a self-help program.
Hey, and I got you. You see, I was there then when he said those words. Those were the words and the messages that I received, and I got y'all. I got you. I say this to all of my sister and the children. It's you, the children, who has flowed from me generationally across the generations. You children who are seeking to know some shit, to expose some shit. You the exposers. That's what we are. Maybe it's another new way I see who we, the wise energies, seers, who we see in the shit that has been going on. It's time to clean it up. Yeah. And it's my time. I am me, the mommy, Mama Africa, Mama Earth. This is Abana Africa For my brother Shock, there's a name that was Shock, Trauma Shock dude. You know, first frequency, all that. Yeah, I was with it. I see it and I know. I picked it up and I've been flowing and growing. And here I is. Representative from the voices in the margins. I know nobody else know me. Nobody out here know, the old black woman. Oh, baby, boy, my black woman from way back. Yo, I need to put my music back on, but I'm a, because it's always the messages in the music. So for me, to keep myself in a natural vibe and energy here in the recovery room, in my recovery room, in my recovery zone. When you're in a hospital, when you're in a recovery room, it's a place where you lay down. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in my recovery room. I'm in my recovery zone because I've been working on, Arthur. The dude called Arthur then hooked up with me, right? So what I want to say, where was I at? Just introducing myself. Brother Shock, he's a expert, trauma expert. Like myself, he asked, lets folks know with trauma. It's like something happened to him, folks. Something happened. What's wrong with him? Something happened. What happened? Answering that question of what happened. And that's where I kind of come in again for you all generations under me, because I kind of know what happened. I was there, I saw it, I went through it, and it's like, holy flip flop. Here we go. Woo! To the point where the people, you know what? It's like pretty much, I would give it 85% of the population, seemingly. Yeah, it seems like 85. However, I have another part of me lets me know that there are a lot more than what we perceive based on the shit we see here on these internet streets. Out here on the web and the internet streets. Yeah. And I if I could give you a visual, the internet street is this big web, this world wide web, the whole big web and pathways to go this way and that way, and we got information coming in and blah blah blah. Out here on the internet streets, yeah. Some are closer to the inside of the web. There are those who are more on the outskirts and the boundaries, and those folks out here in the boundaries, people don't see and hear too much. I'm a representative from the voices in the margins. I typically say that when I introduce myself. If you'll check out some of my other previous videos, you'll see who I am, why I'm here, what I do, and what I come standing on, bringing to you, here for you, having held tight, held it firm uh, over time. Representative from the voices in the margins. So again, being in the margins and even on the margins here on the web, in the internet. Even though, yeah, YouTube when it first came out, I had my first channel with YouTube. I had actually deleted, not knowing at that time how YouTube handles deleted accounts. This shit gone. You don't get it back. Facebook, you can delete it, come back, all your shit's still right there. Not with YouTube. They took my first page. It was a recovering AA. And there may be folks out there in the internet streets and on these YouTube streets in particular who recall or remember, recovering AA and or myself as uh, the recovering African who is culturally enslaved here in America. Bringing a revolutionary 12-step self-help program. This self-help program that Malcolm suggested to us back in 1964. For me, I was 4. And I didn't hear that speech. I don't recall. I was 4 years old, number one, in the year 64. So while I recall images, I believe, the memory of his assassination is sort of one of those experiences, traumatic experiences, is kind of locked in because of my age. Yet having flashes and feeling, I can feel it now if, if I think about it. So I'm going to come out of that memory. Um, yeah, I feel the energy and the sadness, the grief, the pain, the screams, and the chaos that was experienced in our communities during the early 60s. Uh, along with all of the visual memories and images that have been that's formed. That was my formative years, the early 60s. Uh, and when I actually put together and developed Racism Not Anonymous, I had still not heard that ballot or that bullet speech. And I had not heard those words. I had put it together though, and yet never heard it. And then I did hear it, and it's like, hey, that sounds okay. Spirit, spirit, this is spirit, who I am, who I am. The mommy, MAME, Mama Earth, Mama Africa, Mama Earth, that's me. And as the mommy in our spiritual community, I'm here. Opposed to, it's like now I recognize why this is still a fucking part of my life. This shit that I've worked over time and in my family to get rid of. And at the same time, in all of the movie imageries and even in the practices on the land with any spiritual person, spiritualist, identified and practicing that I have seen and gone to, and we see portrayed in movies or in stories, they all, it's part of the process, energy. So it's like, okay, I can be me. Step back, is be comfortable with being me. Because it's time for me. It's time to clean this shit up. It's time to clean this shit up. As a traumatized traumatologist, I tell you, I am the traumatized traumatologist, trauma queen, and queen of trauma. Understanding trauma and traumatic stress, what it is, how it works, and how it continues to work in our damn lives. And it's time to clean it up. We know it's time to clean up trauma. The world has now focused on and acknowledged. They are acknowledging, we're hearing it, we're seeing it, all this shit being revealed all over the place, right? The trauma programming, trauma ML, the MLK, all that shit. And there's still sort of lots of shit that they haven't said and information that hasn't been revealed, and or rather it's revealed, but it's so convoluted and dressed up in a bunch of words that it's difficult to see. However, that's where I come in. It's me, the mommy, I'm the seer, spiritually. What does all that mean? Yeah, I don't know. Fuck if I know. I just know what I do and feel and think and shit, yo. Mm-hmm. Say what? Do what? What? The other thing, so I'm gonna say this because I'm going to redo it. The other thing that I have, what can I say, fought against growing up in the 60s, 70s, and coming of age in the early 80s, learning some shit about myself and wanting some different shit, looking at what I came from, family dynamic, alcoholism, and all that shit, craziness. And I grew up in the hood. Like I said, I'm from the margins. I'm a representative from the voices in the margins. And what that mean as a young black, dark skinned child with nappy, very thick nappy hair, raised in a single parent home from the age of 4 on, with my 4 siblings and my mom, who was introduced to alcohol as a way to soothe the pain and grief of the marital breakup that just so happened to happen because of her sister fucked her husband and got pregnant. No, that's not why she left in the first place. No, daddy got drunk and did some shit he wasn't supposed to do to the oldest sister. That's what happened. I remember that night. I remember coming downstairs in my panties and undershirts and out the bed, no shoes. She got us up out the bed. Let's go. We came downstairs and walked out the door past his ass, drunk, blood coming down his eye. He was never able to close that eye off after that anyway. And um, that's when they separated, and then there was the incident with her sister and my daddy, and then as a result, I have a sister, cousin, sister. Yeah, she my cousin. She always been my cousin. Yet biologically we're sisters. Yet there's no dynamic interaction or connection as sisters. It was always cousins. Even though other people seem to know. Y'all sisters, we cousins. You talking about we don't like that. We know y'all sisters. We cousins. Now I see how they were seeing us, and I didn't see how we looked alike and just alike, however we are. See, that's the thing. Ain't there some shit? Damn. My siblings and I, when you've seen one of us, you've seen us all. We look that much alike. Daddy couldn't deny none of us. And when he made a baby with my aunt and my mama look alike, they were both actually the darkest in the family, the 2 dark women. My mama and my sister and her sister looked alike. So when my daddy got pregnant, got dead, didn't she? That child looked just like us. We all looked just like. I suppose as a kid, though, I didn't understand or know that. However, I guess that's what the women in the stores saw. That's what they saw. Now that's just hit shit. Mm, mm, mm. Now that's triggering a part of me. That's triggering. So sadness is connected with it. I started that whole conversation because of this. Because this was the next thing we need to do to help calm the spirit. It was the 31st of December 1159 in the year they called 1999. Everybody starting the countdown, waiting for the year 2000 to come. While they were partying, having a wild time, the millennium bug was in the back of their mind. Nothing really happened this time, but take it as a warning, take it as a sign. We're losing the human touch, depending on computers much too much. We're losing the human touch, depending on computers much too much. Even though no planes never. Woohoo! Yes. We have a move. We had to move that part, that energy, and that part of myself who put all that together just now, just in terms of what those women in the store that particular day. And it's a day I've never forgotten. That's a memory that's been etched in my mind. And I'm not sure how old I was. I couldn't probably, I remember the store. I remember it was at my aunt's house. I remember all those details. Probably I could have been, we probably about seven. I think I would have probably been about seven-ish, 7 or 8-ish. And my sister, cousin, is probably about 4 or 5 years younger than I am. She came along anyway. Yeah, she about, because I have two younger siblings by my mom and dad. There were five of us. I'm in the middle. So before my dad and my aunt did what they did, there were five of us already, and we are all stair steps. And so when she came along, and I'm going to say she because I don't want to mention her name, which is for me kind of, I feel like it's a bit hypocritical, or it's off. It's off because this is a RNA meeting, Racism Non-Anonymous, that revolutionary 12-step self-help program that has been uniquely designed with the African first and foremost in mind, designed to support our healing and recovering from the shit, trauma, traumatic stress of the human intentional type. Get that. And the way to do that, in order to deal with some shit, you got to put it out on the table in order to see it, to figure out what to do. If we hold on to it in our heads, then it's in our heads. It's in our heads. It's in our body. If it's in our mind, if we hold it in our mind, we're holding it in our body and our spirit. When we talk about it, we take it out of our minds, we take it out of our body, and we express the spirit. We get it out of our spirit. When we cry or rage, that's the spirit's expulsion of the shit. The fuck? And you need that, yeah. As a therapist, a social worker therapist for last 35, 40 years. Shit, now about 40 years. It's 2024. Woo! And look, some of y'all in y'all 40s talking stuff like what, yo. Anyway, so that's why I'm here. And this time, it's my time, I suppose, because people weren't ready for me. It's time for me to come out from behind the scenes. You know how the mother is always behind the scenes. Mama Earth been watching you. I've been recording and shit. And I see the shit and the shitty behaviors and the shitty ways that you or some many do not seem to know about yourself. And so now here I is. Whether their algorithms and all that shit continue to block me and spot all that and shadow box and shadow ban and all that shit that happens with the algorithms, I will see. The fuck? The fire should have burned you up about you come in like you don't want nobody to. What? Yo, don't y'all know the message in the music? I'm Philly girl, yo, Jag. Tell me what? But I don't feel me whole family, me little son and me daughter. Them a try them best to see a fall down. I know me no rest, me no want none. No sleep, and me want see me fam sleep good day forever. Me worry about this generation, gonna for them all a curse when I use a big way. And the wish did for the fire should have born you up from long time, yeah, long time. Sabu, Raja, Rastafari. I told y'all before, all that we are, I am, just for the record. And it's Sabbath. That following up from my sister in drag. Yeah, it's Sabbath day, the roster day, the roster teaching and talking. Yo. So come on up into the recovery room. Come on up into my camp and have some things to share some wisdom, yo. If you're interested. So I'm gonna allow myself to get comfortable in doing a live. Yeah, loneliness. That too. I had to create my own platform for what I needed for me. I needed a space to talk about me, get this shit up out of me, because given what happened to we, yeah, I really want to kind of tap in. This is a really good practice. It's a way to stimulate, wake up, settle the mind, the brain, massage in the brain. All those thoughts, all those crevices, and how the brain, it's all those crooks and crevices, and in there, are all the thoughts, the memories, and shit. And when we get stuck on a particular memory, right, the spirit is no longer moving, flowing in the way it needs to. It kind of begins to collect in that area. You want to massage it out. The brain is a muscle, right? Just like our other muscles, we massage them and stimulate them. And when you feel like this tension and tightness in yourself and in your head, and you want to just, you want to so just tap in and breathe. Take it off of autopilot. Take control of the spirit. Where's the breath? Right. And kind of move it, calm it. What I want to do and who I want to introduce you to, understanding that this is where we are. Yeah, let me say this first. To my sister in Jaguar, right? Uh, and Vicky Dillard, the Vicky Dillards, Jaguar Wright. There's a couple of other sister names I cannot call right off the top of my head. Well, now I can say Queen Africa. Women that I have followed once I became connected. And women who are also truth sayers and seers and are exposing shit. We are all in different industries and we're all in different areas. We're in different fields out here on this world's plantation. On the world's plantations, we're in our different fields. Jaguar from the entertainment industry, Africa from the industry over in Jamaica, the reggae rasta entertainment shit. Sister Dillard here in the political arena. And there are sister in I'm sure in every other arena, every other area of people activity, as Millie Fuller laid it out for us. And as Dr. Cress Welsing added that 10th area of people activity, and that's where I come in. Health, psychiatry, mental shit, emotional health, physical health, mind, body, spirit, because they're all connected. Right? And am working to connect with the sister in all of those arenas and hear and know. And, I see and know that my work has not gone in vain. I'm 64. If the Creatress allows, I will become 65 in 30, and then 12, 42 days or so, something like that. Yeah, see, Vicky, that energy, that cat energy, I too am, at the end of it, pulling up the caboose. The caboose, and I've always been in that position of being the fucking caboose for folks, and here, out here on the world stage, this undone this. Yo, I gotta introduce you to Kabaka Pyramid. Well done, them. I still haven't nobody come in yet. I would love to see somebody say hi to me. If anybody come in and give me a like or love or something, even if you just pass through. Uh-oh. So I was saying before to Jag, the messages in the music, that's what I grew up learning here in the 60s in Philadelphia, born and reared. And the message has always been in the music. I've been, connected to music, and I listen, I learn, and da, 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 da. So I'm always tuned into the message in the music, and the message in the reggae music, roots culture reggae. Coming from up there in the Maroon camp in Queen Africa, I hear her. I see. I saw it coming. This is what's been happening. When I was a kid, there was this movie called The Blob. The Blob. I would look it up and see what year The Blob came out. But anyway, it's like this green blob. It was slowly coming up, and just a slow blob, a slime, green slime. And as I have, as I grew up in life and learned shit that I learned throughout life, I kind of recognized that, hey, yo, we in a society in the world where it's a bunch of negative shit happening. And we need to talk about it. Hey, sound the fucking alarm. However, the message from the black community, my black family, the black Christian community, the world's community says, focus on the positive. Oh, you're so negative. You're so negative. Focus on the positive. And then it came up with, oh, if you think that that's what you're bringing out, you're doing that and all this kind of bullshit. Now, guess what? That slow blob of shit has caught up with us and it's fucking overrun. You happy now? Why? Because nobody wants to fucking stop and do what you need to do to stop the shit. The quote unquote negative. A person can only be negative if some negative shit happened. What happened? Right? Brother Philip Shock. Philip, that's his first name. Trauma shit. Doing some major shit. Yo, out there with that. And I can't get connected with nobody because I'm in the margins. I'm in the margins. I come from black, poor, economically shit. As a black woman who is highly intelligent and I'm a very strong, powerful spirit, and people are fucking scared and have been scared. And as a result of they shit, I've been suppressed. I've been hidden. I've been pushed aside like baby. What was that movie with that? So they put baby in the corner. It was a real popular thing in our generation and shit. I can see the man with the dancing, but I can't call his name right now. The white folks and shit. Yeah, same dynamic. Anyway, everything they put on movies and what they talk about and what they display is shit they got from us a whole long time ago, and it's shit what they're doing, what they know that they are doing. And this is how they show us what we're doing. However, they tell us is just TV. It's entertainment. It's a story. This all, yeah. Mm-hmm. It's trying to change what we smoking, huh? Anyway, I suppose this is Saturday afternoon. People out right now. Shit, I went out and got back in. It's cold out here in Philly. It's cold. Wintertime now. Mm-hmm. The blob, the shit that is now overrunning us. We're to the point where it has hit our heart. It has hit our heart. It's hit our root. Because anytime it's been able to go up the fucking hills into the maroon community, it's at our heart. And it's time to fucking get up and do some shit. Well, or, what it really is seems for those who want and need time to develop your fucking tools and your protective measures and shit, right? Because it's getting ready to get thick. Because if they're able to pierce our fucking root up there in the maroon community, where it seems that sizzling their asses, the head, the fucking men, their patriarchal bullshit. What was my acronym for that? Black male patriarchal bullshit. Black male patriarchal bullshit. The fucking sellouts from the door, back from the moors and shit. Nothing new. Ain't nothing new. It's time for us, sister, know, as we are rising up, working to come together and continue to expose the shit. I'm here for you all. And to speak to, uh, teach those who are following you also as an elder mama, as an elder mommy, as an elder mammy, maybe the mammy. That's how I pronounce it, mammy, MAME, the mammy, Mama Africa, Mama Earth. That's me. And now let's hear from our sister in Queen Africa, because I hear all of us doing this. Mm, that's right. You want to hear more? Good. Play the whole thing, please. I don't know, just a preview, but that's what's happening. No, here we go. Come, come, please. Maybe they only got the same outside. Hmm. Whoa, like, come on, like, they tell you, we come on, we come on. Oh man, I got to understand. She said, "Man, I don't cry no more." There's Bojo playing up there on the thing. I got him on mute. No, I'm not gonna listen to "Cry No More." That's a message from my husband. So I suppose he's sending me that message right now. When he made no, when he made his transition, that was the message in the song that came. "Cry No More." Don't cry.
Well, I know that I brought you more than once, yeah. Sitting your love like a very response. Time if you got up on me. Dropped in your tears, please say.
Yeah, I didn't have him trapped in tears per se. However, yeah, you did. And that is the message from our men for the sistren, for we. See, I see, I'm a seer, so, and I'm a visionary, so I apply shit across the whole level. So while someone may hear this tune and relate it solely to a couple relationship, it's up the fucking scale. For us as a people, an African people fighting for our fucking liberation from the bullshit system that we are all enslaved in, this European cultural shit, their way of thinking and behaving, because their way of thinking and behaving is jacked up and got us jacked up because we thinking and behaving the way they supposed to. And look at us. Look at our communities. The way they think and behave is fuck black people up. Take what they need, get they got for us. And what we doing, fucking black people up and getting it for ourselves. Same shit, right? So even attuned like Buju's, that's a message for me to the men. Not just my husband who made his transition, though he did the shit. My father, your dad, my daddy, yeah, his ass made me cry. Black men in the community, Umar Johnson, aka, for example, rather, it's just an example. And because this is a recovery room and it's fucking non-anonymous, it's important for me to be non-anonymous and not hide people's names and shit. I'm not hiding my shit. I'm not hiding my name and my shit like that. What happened to me? Who did it? My mama told me I could tell her story when she made her transition, and she been gone from 2008. So it's my time because my siblings' children followed their mama's shit. They are not connected to me. So I'm solo. I can do what the fuck I want about my life, my experiences, up to and including my sisters, my mama, my daddy, my husband. This shit happened to me in my life. This is my experiences. It just happened to be with them fuckers. You know what the hell you want. That's the thing. It's an interesting thing, telling your story. And when people work to tell their story, how these limits are placed on us about what we can say. So, of course, with black folks, we can't say shit about white people. Oh, it's not about race. The fuck out of my face. Everything is about race in this damn society. Let me tell you something, youngster. And it's just some shit I learned. That shit don't seem to have changed at all. Everything, every damn thing is about black and white, first and foremost, in this culture that we exist in. It's all about fucking race. It's always been about race. Given that this thing called race is defined by black skin versus European shit. Because when the European shit them came out the damn caves way back when, okay? They came out the caves and they came over to where the black African peoples was with a whole beautiful land and everything and shit. That's where shit started. That was in black and white. The white in the snow shit. And over here in the black land, which flourished with life, love, and liberty. It's always about fucking race, black and white, in that regard. Oh, it ain't about race. So when we talk about my fucking experiences, what I learned, this shit is about race. The white people saying this, but they're not saying this part. Let's add all this shit in because all this shit is part and parcel. But they can leave their shit out because it ain't about the black and white and racial shit. Oh, fuck out of my face. See, that's what, so I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so, I offer this as a prayer, meditation, an apology for my generation. Oh, they fucked up. They fucked up. And y'all went through the shit y'all went through. As a result, it wasn't me. I don't have children. I sent mine to somebody who could take care of her. And that's, yeah, Ashe. I sent mine back to somebody who could take care of her in the right way. I don't have children. As a result of sending that first child that I was impregnated with, I became barren. So you could just recognize I'm that old barren woman in the woods with the medications and shit, and the spiritual abilities and capabilities to help you, to see you, and support you, to love you, and support you with learning how to get people's shit off of you so you can begin to love yourself again in a certain way, so to speak, so that you can understand what the fuck happened and what you can do to kind of fix it. Makes sense. Yeah. So this is my first YouTube live. I was like, oh, okay, it's easy. All this time I could have been did this. I could have been did this shit on YouTube. I'll be moving into the office on other days. Today was a day I needed to rest the hips and the knee and ice it down and just kind of get comfortable to see how this works because it's catch up time, playing catch up, getting back on the saddle, so to speak. That I kind of, as it relates to the internet and connections and talking and sharing, I really fell off back in 2013 when my husband made his transition suddenly, you know, unexpectedly, and boom, yeah. And then the outcome of that for me in my life and what it's been like in the last 11 years. And as we move in here now and into, this phase that we're in, revelation time is here. And I'm here. I'm going to continue to do like Collie Buds, listen, messages and music, just kind of hold on and keep at it. And what can I say? I'm gonna do that. Just honor my sense. And just get high under my sensei. I don't know. I do not have stuff like um, how to show other videos in my video, and so I will be looking forward to learning, and I'll be playing around with that. There's a feature I don't have access to. I see, and I don't have access to a couple of features over here. So I need to learn how to use to work with YouTube again, and how to add videos the way people respond to talk to the videos, respond to, Ali. That was the other thing I wanted to do. Send out a special blessing and a shout in the prayer for Ali and all of the children of you all's generation, the generations that flew from me, for all of the sibyls on the rise, that are rising, that we are speaking. I send energy and loving protection. Ali Carter, another sister Sybil who's out there. And I'm not sure what kind of arena she caught up in 2 or 3 with the way they did the children. But really speaking from the voice of the children and the victims, the children who have been victimized. And we've all been seemingly victimized, because you're victimized anytime you um, incur harm from some human who intended to do it. That's being a victim. So we many have been victims of parental abuse, parental discipline. That's why child welfare came out and started to say, oh, you can't beat your children. And if you begin, that happened in the 80s. They were doing that in the 80s and early 90s during the crack epidemic. Taught our black children in your family, if your parent disciplines you with a beating physically, you get what with a belt the way we did, belt, extension cord, whatever, shit. And shit, better not go. I told Myra, I hit with a table. hit with a table. My mom was drinking and she was drunk that night. And my other sister liked to had the mouth. I was quiet. I knew to say nothing and leave them alone when they like that. And she wanted to be mouthing. My mom would through the goddamn table and she ducked behind me. I get hit with the table in my back. I got a track meet the next day. I go to school to the damn track meet, and my teacher asked me what's wrong. I told her I got hit in the mind through the damn table. Shit. Until when I got home from school, I got cussed out by my mom. And I ain't never seen no social worker. I guess they never come back. I don't know what my mom told her. The thing came back. But I knew that they had been there, and I got the fucking trouble for that shit. So that didn't happen anymore. However, by the 90s, they taught our children if you hit your child with an object, that's abuse, and you'll be held accountable. And it taught the children who to call if your mom or dad hits you with an object and disciplines you physically. That they cannot do that. Ain't there some shit? When they motherfuckers did to us during active enslavement, it was the way they gained control of us and they got us in the damn condition we got now was through their goddamn abuse of us. And as so you're victimized. You're victimized. We're all victimized in many ways. And I'm not sure what people want to separate. Oh, I'm not a victim. Yeah, okay. I'm a victim. I'm a victim of this fucking system. Every goddamn day I'm trapped and enslaved and thinking and behaving in a way that is acceptable. And because I had never seemingly been able to do that effectively, well, I did do it effectively. It got me through bachelor's program, a master's program, and almost through the PhD program. And that's where, like, yeah, I couldn't do it no more. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I didn't make it through the PhD. Because at that point, it's like, look, if I'm paying for this shit, how you gonna tell me what question I can ask? Now, wait a minute. They was taking it got too far, and by the time you get ready to do the completed, I had done enough study and research and was like thoroughly disgusted with the shit I've learned as a researcher on the PhD level in systemic shit, couple and family shit, couple and family therapy couple of family therapy on a PhD level, you're looking at the systems that affect and couples and families. And what system is that? But the societal system, the government and all that shit, politics and all that shit. And when you start doing research into that shit, you learn a whole lot of shit. Like what the fuck? Whoa. And then you want me to take this shit and calmly, logically break it down into some sort of studies or some shit. What the rotten? Do you see what this shit saying? It was like fucking mind blowing for me. I'm like, what the ooh. And all the shit my parents I heard they talking about as a kid and grandparents and people sat around the table and theorized about and talked about, conversed, and people share their thoughts and they say, yep, all this shit was true. That's exactly what they was doing. Y'all was right. They was right all fucking long. And here go the proof. That's what I'm looking at now, some 30 years later, right? At a time when the community is cracked up. So nobody want to hear what the hell I was seeing, learning, saying, and want no parts of it. And I was ostracized, considered too deep. Because I was deep. They were superficial. They superficial. Don't look. Don't look. Don't listen. Don't learn. Just do. Be a slave. Don't think. Don't feel. Just do. And that's what they did. And that's what crack had folks doing. The children that fell through the cracks. This is the shit that was going on down in the cracks with the Diddy, the industry, and all that shit. And that's what was being fed back up. And going down in the cracks, it's like going into the underworld. And down in the underworld is the rich and wealthy people with all that demonic shit, child sacrifice and foolishness and sexual fantasizing, all kind of gay, Sodom and Gomorrah shit. Just all that. Like, and now you fell through those cracks. That's where they landed in order to survive up there or even on the lower class and get into the lower class and move to the upper class. They were offered to a handout by the devil down in the underclass in the cracks where they fell down into and at the hands of because the fucking parents, our generation was all cracked the fuck up and all caught up in the mental trap of I don't need no help. I don't need no help. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. And or engaging in their own envious and cliques and shit, clicking up against, you know, family members, co-workers, exercises. You see, because the black people had the power in the mental health field, and probably other industries yet where they could be as supervisory roles, and yeah, they were running organizations and shit. Um, Yet they were practicing European thought and behavior, culturally enslaved, not willing to take their first step and admit it. And it was happening in the community and on the societal level, where I was more so working and moving in the halls of academia, black conferences, talk about black professors, working to build something with them. And we went to conferences together, and we went to black shit together, and we understood shit together. Yet you keep wanting to do that shit. Oh, and I need to just kind of shut up. My voice coming from the 60s, and strong. I didn't get caught up. I'm still deep. I look beneath the surface of shit. I know how to look beneath the surface and ask some questions, because some shit don't make sense. And you know how many black kids they went to church, and you can't say nothing. You can't question the Bible. You're shut down right away. You don't question God. And of course, white men think they God. That's what Last Poets let us know. Yeah. So I don't know. I've been at this for an hour. Can't fool us. Nope. Mm-mm. That's what Maccabee said. And it's here. It's coming. See, he made this tune when they was looking for weapons of mass destruction over there with Saddam Hussein, was it? Nick, yeah. And it was Bush with the weapons of mass destruction. They were looking for that they never found. And it's all been about new world order, which seems to be eschewing, kind of coming into play now here in 2025. This new world order, and yeah, the message in the music, and it seems that, like Bob Marley said, we have to fulfill the book. So, you know, we'll see how spirit moves me to use myself on these platforms. Um, how much I sort of go back behind the scenes, and or if it is my time to be seen and heard, and by many, or will it be just a few who come through my doors for therapeutic counseling and coaching. And you could decide what's right for you. If you like to see me coming forward here more so, then let me know. Drop a chat, send a like, subscribe, share something. Don't share. You don't have to share it. It's like I don't know what people say in my bedroom. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for shareable videos yet. Anyway, however it works here in the internet streets now in 2024 for me. Uh, yeah. So, are there any loose ends I wanted to say? Pieces that I started and then was distracted away from. Um, Yeah, patriarchy. That was one of the loose ends I started to say as Queen Africa revealed what is happening up in the Maroon community. I forget. There's a name of, excuse me. There's a particular name. However, it is about the Maroon community and how the men who are the heads, Sizzler and Sizzler Kalungi's dad, the elders of that, the patriarchy, the men who have been selling out and have sold themselves out. Now, I'm not certain how extensive the infestation to our roots is, yet I know it's there. I kind of saw it coming years ago when I started to see, well, so it's like not so much when Stevie Wonder connected with Bob Marley, there was a different energy. But it's like when Snoop Dogg connecting with reggae artists, and now he's that like oh, the camps are become infiltrated. Because for me, the Snoop Dogs and Diddy and any of these other rappers here on this side, my knowledge of them suggests that it's definitely not safe to have them. It's like inviting the devils and demons up in the camp, because I know that those rap artists, particularly Snoop, I guess Jay Z and Diddy or whatever, they were willing participants in selling us out as a people. And it was five of them artists who signed on to what was offered by Babylon, the demons, to 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 promote gangster rap shit. They understood the intent. They understood the intent behind the music and how it would be used in the community. They even understood that. And they were paid to promote that shit. So to me, it's like, that's not a safe thing, not for our roster, not to go to take them in camp. I don't know. And then I hear, even the new Albarosi's, Kabaka Pyramids, Green Lion, suggests that they are holding the line. Yet I'm going to be working to continue to follow Queen Africa now, and also Ali Carter with the children, Jaguar with the industry shit, and um, Vicky Dillard from the political stage. Um, so I need to follow the brother Philip Shock. I would just love to be interviewed. I'd love to have the opportunity to come out and engage. Yet, Mama, I'll have a different task for me. We will see. I will see what's the task for me, because it yeah. So it's probably time for me to stop, and maybe I won't go so long next time. Yet I have so much to say and talk about, and I just open up my tablet and all the stories, like, oh yeah, that, and then there's that, and just all these pieces just falling into place. And for me, I've been carrying these pieces for 60 some odd years. Uh, and yeah, all the background and that shit you need to want to change. Let me see what this is. Mm. Now I'm just here and I'm tick-tocking around and no views, no chat, no views. That's all I know. As an hour in my time, well, like I said, in my time, it's for me, it's not for you. So I'm good with that, and I'll take that away because, like I said, it's my time. I'm just then getting comfortable with the platform and how to do and see what y'all do, what y'all been doing, and how to do it. And yeah, I want to figure out how to add a video, how to show clips of videos that I want to just add commentary about. And, and then I work to come up with a different name for myself, so to speak. And it's coming. It's coming. Who I am. A switch. Spiritual witch. That's me. The spiritual witch. And a witch. Wise. Intelligent or interconnected. Wise. Intelligent. Traumatized. Chaotic healer. That's kind of like the acronym for bitch. Beautiful, intelligent, truthful, chaotic healer. That's the bitch that I am. The witch that I am right now is a wise, intelligent, truthful, and chaotic healer. Switch spiritually, spiritual witch. Highly, deeply empathic, and as I see myself, and as that old woman in the woods, that old woman with the black cats out there in the woods, who is spiritually attuned and knowledgeable, and so you come to for some spiritual wisdom about yourself. That's what I'm here for. That's me, the mammy, Mama Africa, Mama Earth. Thanks so much for listening to me share. Till next time, I'm out of here. Oh, what happened? I thought I ended this already. See y'all. Anyway, now I'm on my way.